Hi, my name is Alyssa Shikles, and today I'm reading a short excerpt from my short story, Dream a Little Dream. All right, here we go. She read a series of rules and legal causes from a slip of paper. The nether would not be liable for any injuries or medical side effects from the procedure. He could terminate the dream at any time, but so could they if complications arose. Refunds were not an option. He nodded through all of her statements, waiting for her to finish. When she was done, she met Philip's eye. Do you agree to these terms and conditions? Yes. She marked the paper with her pen. Have you chosen your dream, or do you need more time? No, I know what I want, Philip said. If he had to wait any longer, he didn't think his heart could take it. He remembered a cheaper ad in the catalog that had caught his eye. Gladiator. She nodded. Experience or dream plotted version? Experience. The woman pulled a slim tablet out of her pocket, typing in a code that he assumed was the instruction for his purchase. After a few seconds, she tucked it back into her scrubs and started walking towards him. She took the syringe off the pillow and motioned for him to lay down. You might feel a little pinch, she said, taking his arm into her hands. She lined up the tip of the needle to a vein in his elbow. And you're sure you want to do this? As Philip started to nod, the syringe plunged into his skin, a pain much sharper than a pinch, causing him to wince. Before his mind registered what was happening, his eyelids began to sag, feeling like each individual eyelash was a paperweight, making every blink heavier and harder than the last. A warm and tingling sensation swept over his body, numbing his skin with each passing second. Mind racing, he felt suddenly panicked, no longer able to open his eyes or lift his arms. He was no longer paralyzed from the waist down, his entire body was frozen. He tried to move his lips to tell the woman that something was wrong, terribly wrong. Horrified, he found that his tongue simply flopped like a wet noodle in his mouth. I hope you have a lovely dream, he heard the woman say, her voice sounding a million miles away. I'll see you in the morning. Her voice disappeared. The world was pierced by silence. This is it, he thought. This is the end. In the search for a dream, he had found a nightmare. Internally, he let out a scream as he drowned further and further into his own consciousness. And just when he thought all was lost, his eyes flew open. The world blurred before him. All he could see in the haze was a shade of rusty red, and a jarring roar of sound pierced the silence in his head. The numbness was gone from his body, and he felt a searing sunlight warm his skin. He blinked rapidly, eyes watering. As the tantalizing seconds passed, an image of his environment began to form, coming into focus like a camera. He stood in the center of a massive circular arena. It resembled pictures of the Roman Colosseum that Philip remembered seeing in a history book, with large sandstone arches and columns. The sun was shining overhead in a bleary, violent red sky, causing the sand-covered ground to ripple with heat. Thousands of people filled the stands, wearing outfits of loose fabric that were held together by ropes and knots. They were all shouting at him, spit flying from their lips as they cheered. Their faces formed a sea of eyes and fists and teeth. It had worked. He was in the dream. And that's all. Hope you guys have a good day.